Hey, what's up, nerds? It's your boy, the domesticated caveman, coming at you here from the man cave tonight. Welcome to Gfpf After Dark. What's going on, Kay? How you doing, man?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another awesome show. We got a stacked show for you, everybody, tonight. It's gonna be excellent. Hey, how you doing tonight, brother?
You know, staying up past my bedtime, running from the spatula.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta duck that spatula, man.
Yeah, let the
Yes,
wife
sir.
catch you with that thing, man. Nico, what's up, brother?
Hey, everybody. Late for me, late night. With the new time change for you, it's like midnight over here. So we are going into the dark.
So you're officially like it's Thursday for you. This is you have two shows on Thursday now. Did that just occur to you?
Yep. Actually, yeah.
So right on, cool. Hey, so anything new or exciting going on in your world right now? Okay.
Yeah, actually, we have been recording some episodes of news. And for Zach Wise World, we're going to be posting on our YouTube channel. The first episode's up already. I was joined by Gannon, and then our next episode, being joined by Gannon and H. So we're going to have a nice variation of guests on the show. So that's something that's really exciting for me. And in my personal life, I got a lot of things going on, but nothing too important to talk about here. So, no, all good things. But yeah, the Zach Wise World news segments are now on our YouTube page. So go check it out.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of fun making those. Kay and H here have been joining me for the Caveman Collects podcast that we've been doing too, which is posted out there. We do those. Those are pre-recorded. And, we have a lot of fun. We've had some fun guests on there, and we had it was Dead Man on there a couple weeks ago, and we've got we got some exciting things coming up on that podcast as well. So anyway, let's throw it out to the crowd here. Who do we got so far, man? Ben.
The one and only Mighty Ben is out there.
What's going on, Ben? Good to see you, buddy. Right on. Hey, Juan, what's going on? Aloha, bro.
What's up, Juan?
Oh, there's my better half. Hello, honey.
Hi, Amanda.
I cut the hair again.
Right.
What's up,
hey,
Eric?
what's going on, Eric? And then, hey, we got the mighty Stubbs. Stubbs is in the house. Gotta have him around, man. What's up, Landon? How you doing, man? Glad you joined us, bro. Cool.
I'm saying that it's Thursday for he too. Yep.
Okay. All right.
But he correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that he's like in 9 or 10 in the morning. He's way beyond than me.
Right. Well, see, that's what we can do. We try to fulfill all time zone needs as much as possible anyway. Cool. So, hey, now we said hi to all y'all. Why don't, I think we got a little bit of news to go over. Is that not the case? Or we do we not?
Yes, we do.
We do. All right, cool. Let's hear it, Kay. Talk.
All right. Well, welcome you action figure junkies to another segment of Zach Wise World, where I'm Zach Wise. We can go over some news. And on the After Dark show, I like to kind of highlight some figures and companies that aren't in the mainstream, like Mattel, Hasbro, and McFarlane. Near and dear in my heart. I talk about McFarlane a lot in other shows, so go check those out. But today we have some blockies to talk about. Now, I've mentioned blockies in the past. Blockies is kind of taking the toy figure by storm, or toy world by storm, excuse me, because of all the cool characters they're coming out with. So this week we're going to give some love to blockies, the Spider-Verse figure wave with Spider-Ham, Spider-Man, and Spider-Gwen and more. And then also in this segment, we're going to cover the Mezco 112 Hulk that just went up for pre-order today. So buckle in, because we're going to have a lot of fun with that. So jumping right in. Before we start with blockies, though, I want to explain what they are. They're tiny collectible figures of heroes and villains from Marvel and beyond. They snap together, no glue needed, and that way you can start posing them right away. So, blind box question for you guys. Do you like the blind box kind of format, or do you prefer to see your figures when you buy them? Gannon, how do you feel about that?
I'm not a big blind box guy. Generally speaking, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but usually when I buy something, I want to know what it is. That's just me though. So, but I get the fun behind it. I just bought a blind box from Valaverse.
Oh,
That
yeah?
was pretty cool. Yeah. I had when I bought one of the big ones, and you spent like $150 and got like $400 worth of stuff in it or something like that. Those are kind of fun. But if I'm just buying like an individual thing, it's like, I kind of just want to know it's the Spider-Man if that's what I'm buying.
Right?
So, anyway, yeah, man.
Nico, what about you? Where do you stand on that?
It's a tough question. I got a bit of like blinded boats, and I got a bit of the one with the window, and I also had the ones that you may collect that are like blinded, but you can open and you have a window. Maybe with some kind of special editions or collector's edition, it's nice the artwork that you have when it's like full box on the outside at least. But for the regular one, it's nice to have like a window. It depends on which figure.
Yeah, that's true. H, what about you? What's your thoughts on the blind box? Do you like the surprise, or would you prefer to see your figures direct?
Sort of like Gannon said, mostly like these, I would want to see the figure. But those NECA Chucky blind boxes they're coming out with, and the Mythic Skeleton blind boxes, I might pick up a couple of those. Those might be cool.
Also, sorry, and also you have the one that you have like the window box with a cover. You can take out the cover, it's window,
Yeah,
you
the
put the
sleeve.
cover, it's blinded. So
Yep.
there's another one.
Yeah, that's true. I like the sleeves. McFarlane has a bunch of figures with the sleeves on. We can pull right off. I know NECA and other companies are also doing it. Well, those are great thoughts, guys. Chat, are you team blind box excitement or team know exactly what you get? Leave a comment below and let us know. But like I said, there's tons of figures that got announced today and yesterday as far as what's going to be in this wave. This is going to be series, what I call Marvel Hero Galaxy Series 5. So obviously we're going to have Spider-Man. Also included in this wave, we're going to have this symbiote Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Ham. He might be leaving bacon grease on your shelf, just to let you know if you buy him. And then we're getting Spider-Gwen. Also, the villain side of things, we're going to be getting Mysterio, Doc Ock, Scorpion, and Venom. So tons of figures coming out in the series. It's going to be a lot of fun for you Blockies fans to get your hands on them. And if you aren't interested in Blockies or maybe haven't bought one, this would be a good way for me, at least, because I like the Spider-Man. I would like to get my hands on this Mysterio. I think he looks really cool. So I might, if I see him out in the store, I might get my hands on these. I'm not exactly sure yet. Anyway.
Well, I was going to say that Spider-Ham that was back there. That may be the most articulated Spider-Ham I've ever seen. So, because usually they just, they look like little, maybe move the arms a little bit or, swivel the head or whatever. But this one looks like it's actually articulated. So,
yeah, it seems like, and he's gonna be smaller too. So, like, these guys are gonna be little tiny boxes, but like that's gonna be cool to see the articulation on that figure because, like you said, lots of times he's an accessory, so he's really a figurine most times. So this would be really cool to see that. I think these figures look really good. Go ahead, Nico.
I think that sorry if I like bother someone, but it's kind of a nonsense to have a window box with the blockies because the blockies are model kits, so you don't have to see the figure. You see I forget the word, but you see like the whole stuff.
That's
like
true. You
without
see the kit, like the pieces, not the actual assembled figure.
Yeah.
Well, what they're going to do with these is that when you go to the store, when you find them in the store, you're not going to know what figure you are actually getting. So that's where that whole like blind box. So you're going to pick one of these up and you're going to open it and not know what the figure is until you get inside of the box. So I think that's where like it gets a little tricky because if you want to complete the series, you're going to have to randomly guess which ones you're going to buy. So
it's blinded. I mean, it's like a brown box. So you don't see the cover that which figure you're getting. That's what you're saying.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be a generic Spider-Man like logo or the graphic will be on the box, but you will not know what figures inside it until you open it up. So that's where it's going to be a little tricky for collectors that want to complete the wave. They're going to spend a lot of money or buy them second or third party in order to get the whole set, unless you just want to buy a whole case of them at the store. So
there
that's
will
gonna be
be there will be some like cheats, because maybe in the barcode you can see some kind of specific number that are going to say this is this figure, so you can like go that way in order to get the whole collection.
I
Yeah,
think you
that's
can
possible.
buy the entire collection too. I think they sell them in those little cases, right, where you can get like the entire wave, and then sometimes within those waves they'll have, you're going to get one of each figure, but sometimes they're like a special edition of a figure, and so you're kind of hoping maybe you'll get that special edition.
Yeah, that would definitely be cool. Like you said, Ganny, you're gonna have to buy a whole case of them in order to get them all. You can probably end up with some duplicates. As far as availability goes, we're talking about stores. It's gonna be kind of difficult to purchase them in the U.S. Unless you get them through like AliExpress, hobby stores, resellers. That's gonna have some shipping costs. It's not gonna. These might not hit your big box stores. This is one of those harder to get figure lines because it is based over in Asia, so just be mindful of that. But they look really cool. Like I said, for me, I think if I'm going to pick one up, if I can pick one up, it's going to be that Mysterio. I think he looks really cool, and then I actually like the way the Scorpion looks. But Blockies is killing it right now. There's so many figures coming now. They got a bunch of different lines and figures. We are obviously Transformers. They have the Minions. There's now the Spider-Man. There's so many different ones. I referred to them before as like remind me of Fortnite a little bit with like they're just bringing every license they can to this line. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Agreed.
So for you Blockies collectors out there, good luck. And if you pick any of these up, share them with us because we would love to see them.
Take some pictures.
Yes, please. Listen, we talk about it so much on the show. It doesn't matter the size of your figure or how many likes you have. Please take some photos. All that matters. Moving on from
please don't take that phrase out of context because it sounds weird.
Yeah,
place don't matter. Take some pictures.
Nico, you could have left that alone, and then
with or
nobody.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, After Dark show, everybody. We can get away with a little bit more adult content. So strap in for some jokes, okay? If you don't like
you may or may not get them. You may or may not get them. But anyway.
Yeah, they might go over your head. Moving on from these tiny collectible chaos of Blockies, it's time to turn up the power dial because next up we got the figure that's pure gamma powered smashing. The Mezco 112 Incredible Hulk. Now, Gannon, I know you're a huge fan of Mezco. Did you get pre-order in for this?
So here's the funny thing about it. I did 13.4 seconds ago when you guys talked about it because I was busy all day long doing that stuff. And so I couldn't get loose, and I almost forgot about it. And you said it, and as soon as you said that, I went, "Oh my god!" and puckered up and went over. And thankfully, I got one. So I literally just ordered one like 13 seconds ago.
Yes.
So there you go.
If you are interested in getting a really good Incredible Hulk, now the price of it's a little pricey, $149 or $149.99. However, we're gonna go over what's in the box and why it'd be worth it. And for you Maximum Series Hulk fans that got that figure, this one's going to be better, and I'm going to tell you why. So this one can actually do the clap.
I was going to say, can this one clap its hands? That would be a good start. So
you can actually do the clap. All right. So
here we go.
This figure just went up for pre-order today, so collectors, please start planning your shelves. This figure is going to stand at 7.5 inches tall with 32 points of articulation. Eat your heart out, McFarlane. 6 interchangeable heads. As we scroll down here, 6 interchangeable heads. So many pictures. This is everything that's going to be included in the box. From calm to full rage. You got fists, open hands, clapping, clapping, all that stuff. Impact base, floating debris, bendable lamppost, and I-beam. So there's a lot included in this box. It's going to be a lot of fun for you collectors that love Mezco. So much to enjoy here. All these different variants that you can have as far as like the looks that you want from the Hulk, from your classic Hulk to all these different ones. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yes, this one can do the clap. So again, sorry, Marvel Legends Maximum Series Hulk. Looks like you still need a little gamma practice. We got some hand-painted detail, highly posable for dynamic action displays. chat, what head are you looking forward to, or which one you think is cool? And again, Nico, leave the jokes alone. Okay, we're talking about action figures here, not the other figure you mentioned
Yes,
earlier.
I
Okay.
hope
I was
that
gonna
the
say, this
one guy
Hulk
on
has
the chat. I hope that one guy on the rooms here don't start saying like it feels so good on the hand.
Yeah, that's like there's this Hulk's got more clap than the backstage area of a Vegas Showgirls production. But anyway, so he gets it done, man. A lot of clap. But anyway,
There is a Hulk on 5K that's sort of Mezco quality and cheaper. By I think,
Really?
is it 6-inch? The third
is that
party.
Star, the green
I think
Star?
So, yeah.
Yeah, I got that one pre-ordered too. I can't resist.
I think I'm gonna pre-order that one. That one looks better to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Blind
We'll
box
see,
is
man.
this one, right?
Blind box.
Yeah, blind box, right?
But actually, Misco has like blind boxes. Even on the special edition, you got the launch box, the one that it's made from metal. It's blind box.
Right on. I'm not spending that much money for a blind box. I'll tell you right now.
and it has toe articulation, right? H.
Yes,
That does
all the
have toe
toe articulation that everyone in the world asked for.
Yeah. Yay!
Yes, it's good. Black Series, yes, with toe articulation.
Yes.
Right.
We need a stormtrooper with toe articulation, please.
Oh, Stormtroopers?
Stormtrooper? No, we're not doing Stormtroopers. Not tonight.
Dang
We
it.
know you have it. We're not tonight.
All right. Well, you Hulk fans, if you're interested in getting this figure, run to Big Bad Toy Store right now and use your gamma radiating hands to get this figure in your shopping cart. So that is going to wrap up for Zach Wise World. Thank you everybody much for joining us from Indie Spider-Verse Chaos with Blockies, Gamma Power Smashing Mezco Hulks. We cover collectibles for every type of collector. So I'm Zach Y, and those were Zach Wise World. Back to you, Gannon. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it very, very much, my friend. Cool. So now we've come to a part of the show, which is going to be one of my favorite segments that we do in all the shows combined. This is my fave, I think. Anyway, we're going to introduce our Gfpf star this week. This is a guy that was one of the first guys I met on Instagram. He warmly invited me into the fold, introduced me to a lot of people that I am now know, and runs a really, really cool collab page. You guys might have heard of it, the Artistry of Toys. Hey, without further ado, let's bring Mr. Jamie Amixon, or a Mix of Clicks, as you might know him. What's up, Jamie? How you doing, man?
How you doing, guys? Man, it's good to be here.
What's up, man?
We're glad to have you. We're glad to have you. I was telling the guys that you were such a important part of the community to me when I first started. Do you find yourself doing that a lot? You guys, a lot of new guys, bringing them in?
You know, if I'm going through and I see something, a talent where I can see that they're new and that they have got something that shows, like yours did. But man, I was surprised that you had only been doing it for a short time. Yeah, I try to do what I can to get anybody going. And it's funny how a lot of people that I get going go way beyond where I'm at, and they're killing it. I love it.
Well, one of the things that I love about your collab is it lives up to its namesake. I mean, it is the Artistry of Toys, and so for those folks out there that don't know, Jamie, the group really focuses on different photography techniques and applying those to toy photography. So give us some examples of some of the stuff you guys have done, Jamie.
We start with some of the basics, right? So lighting is always important with our toys. So we did one of my favorite ones that we've done so far was making sure. So I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the name.
Rembrandt?
That's it. The Rembrandt.
Yes.
So
That was my favorite one, Jamie. That was my favorite one we did.
Yeah.
The Rembrandt lighting. So Rembrandt lighting is where like one cheek is lit and then this side, right? And it just makes the figure pop, right? It takes it from being an action figure to looking a lot more real. The reality really shows when you start doing that. So that was still been one of my favorites. I use it I use it all the time in my regular photography anyway.
Yeah.
And I've seen since we've done that, so many of the like Kay, I've seen so many of the photographers in that group using it, and they've sent me messages personally that have said, "Man, I'm so glad I learned this one because I use it. I catch myself taking a photo and then going back and looking at it and thinking, oh, I wish I would have turned the light just a hair to get that little light right there on the cheek,"
Yeah.
or it's going through their head. So a lot of the stuff that we do, I think, brings that thought out. We did the one right now. We're doing one that's going to come out tomorrow or the day after, which was color. Everybody shoots in color, but do you really think about the colors that you're shooting with and really trying to make them pop, really make it stand out? A lot of people do black and white collabs, which is one we're going to work on too. But not a lot of people think about the color. Do these colors go with each other? Do they really stand out? How can I make this figure look like something more realistic by using color to do so? Posing. So the one that we did where it looked like you were supposed to look like you're flying, jumping, leaping into the camera.
Yeah.
That took me way longer than what I'd like to admit to learn.
Yeah.
And it was another photographer that showed me a quick way of doing it. Right. I was trying to either take the picture down, like literally setting the thing on the ground and going over it, or going underneath it and like hanging it from a string. And they're the ones that taught me how to just put it like this and like you're shooting towards it. I don't know why it took me so long to think of that, man. That was horrible.
Hey, and you know what's funny? The funny part about that is like you figured out a way to do that, and then there's probably umpteen bazillion different ways to do that, and that's one of the things I love about that collab of yours is that like everybody tries so hard to like you've given like this is the notch that we're going for, like this is what we're looking for, and it doesn't really matter how you get there, like as long as you in the things that you do, like especially things like Rembrandting and stuff like that, like there's no cheat on that. Like you have to figure out how to light that right to make that happen, and then that is a something that you can take on to other photos and apply that to other photos. And so I've caught myself many times things that we do in there, and it's like I shot human beings for a long time, so I was pretty familiar with Rembrandt, but like to do that with an action figure, I hadn't even thought of that. So it was very cool. I love the ideas you come up with. So
that's it was the whole purpose. I want to help anybody that's doing this to just grow, right? I'm not going to be a superstar photographer, but I do want to help as many people who, if this is what you want to do, let me help you get there, right? If there's anything that I could do. And one of the things about that group that is so cool is that there's no bad mouthing at all. If somebody turns one in or asks a question or anything like that, everybody jumps in and helps. I have people sending me DMs saying, hey, how does this look? Or how does this look? Or I have zero ideas. Help me come up with an idea. And I'm so happy to do that because honestly, that's helping me with my own photography by helping them figure theirs out. So mine is improved just by helping them improve.
Oh, that's awesome. And that is rewarding too. There's nothing better than like helping somebody figure it out, right?
Yeah. There's a guy on this chat right now, Landon Cook. So I went to high school with him. And then we kind of fell out of, we didn't talk for years and years and years. And on Facebook, he started posting some pictures of some toys and they were fantastic. I mean, they were just amazing. And this was really before I had gotten into toy photography. But as soon as I started getting into toy photography, I remembered that Landon did this. So I went back to his Facebook and I started asking him some questions and how to do things. And these are some of the things that he helped me come up with. And now he's trying to, he didn't really break into Instagram or had some stuff going on and he just never really got into Instagram. He's just now starting to kind of come back and do these things. And every photo he posts, you can tell he's a photographer. So he does photography outside of toy photography. But when he does a photo, that's a photography. And that's when people can look at a photo and see that. It's more than just a toy sitting on a shelf. Can you tell a story?
Yeah,
so absolutely. With Artistry of Toys, when the first one that we did was was a fairy tale.
Mhm.
So you had to like come up with the idea of some fairy tale that really existed and try to tell it with your toy photography. The reason why I did that as the first one is because I wanted people to learn to be able to tell a story, a full story, in one click.
Oh yeah.
And again, I think that helped a lot of people. I've heard, months and months later, I've heard people saying that got my mind thinking about how can I tell a story, not just taking a picture of a toy on a shelf or in a certain pose or a position, but really telling a story.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why it and far be it from me, I'm definitely not, I like to tease, I'm not making fun of anybody, but that's like sometimes the hand posing, I'm like, how does this have like 10,000 likes? It's just a figure in somebody's hand. It's posed cool, but I mean, I really enjoy the part where what you're talking about with telling a story with the photos. That's important. So yeah, man. Yeah. Okay, what do you think? You got any questions for Jamie, man?
We actually had a question from the chat. How do you join the group, Jamie?
There you go.
Find me on Instagram. We actually, I'm going to be opening it up. So we've tried to keep it to 40 photographers. And the reason why is we've got so many things. It's so detailed that
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that everybody got their proper time. But now we're kind of at a point where there's so many others in there that can help that I had actually just decided not long ago that I'm going to open that up to about another maybe 10, 15 people. So the best thing to do is send me a message. If our group is full, I keep a list of anybody that wants to start anyway. So if I have anybody drop out or say that they don't want to do it, I hit that list and I hit the top of it and I just work my way down and bring people in. So
Awesome.
I'm always at 40. I think we're at like 45, 46 right now. I'm going to bump it up to 60 because even though we only have 40 people, or we have 40 people in the chat, we're only getting probably 20 at the most that are doing
That's a big collab, though, man. Like I can relate to that.
And
yeah, when you're putting collages together, and yeah,
when you get probably the same 13, 14 people consistently every single month are on there. Absolutely. And I love that. Like I know I can count on a certain amount of people always doing it, even if I kind of like it when you don't feel comfortable doing the photo that I'm asking you to do. That makes me happy because that means you're breaking your wall and you're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
We've got a black and white one coming up, and the black and white challenge is don't take it in color and then change it to black and white. The challenge is take it in black and white because you're going to learn so much more about lighting to try to take a picture in black and white than you would taking it in color and changing it over.
Yeah, especially if you got something like silver effects or something where you can just go in and tweak and do whatever you want to, with a color photo. But actually taking it in the black and white is going to make you learn what you need to learn about how it's lit and a little bit of something about the, contrast in the photo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that, man. Very cool indeed. So like you said, like Jamie said, you guys out there, if you want to be in that kind of collab, it's educational, it's fun, great work comes out of there. It's not your everyday collab. There's not a lot of, this is just Deadpool this month, this is just Superman this month. It's, stuff that's going to teach you about photography. Hit Jamie up here at Mixed Clicks and let him know that you're interested in being in the group. So
it will definitely challenge you to improve and give you different ways to take your shots. I mentioned the Rembrandt collab that I was a part of with the group. That taught me so much about lighting. And now I use Rembrandt in almost every single one of my shots. It's my favorite lighting technique, and I wouldn't have learned that without Jamie. So in the collab group. So it's an awesome group, as Landon is saying right now. If you're able to get in, you'll enjoy it. But it will challenge you to get you out of your comfort zone and help you improve your photos. So it's a lot more fun than it's educational and a lot of fun. So enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Speaking
try
of
not
photos,
to be hard on people that say if you got a certain shot that you think hits it. If it doesn't, I'll let you know. But I'll try not to do it in a jerky way. I promise.
No, you do a good job of that. Hey, this is a great shot, but it doesn't really nail what you're looking for.
Best not to be mean about it. or I'll give a suggestion on how you could hit it a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I try not to, and I'm not an extreme stickler for it's got to be a certain way, except for certain ones that you just can't bend the rule, right?
Yeah.
When we
Well,
did rules of skirts
why
or
cheat, right?
what's that?
So why cheat, right? Like it's the challenge. The part about being in the collab is the challenge of the collab. It's like we're doing like a one light one right now, and like everybody, it's like, well, what if I did this one? Why don't you just try taking a picture with one light? That's the idea. Like you can do all this other stuff, and every other photo you take, just try and take one photo with one light. Don't cheat. Use one light. So
That's actually on my list. I have a list of all the ones that I want to do. The one light one is fun. I love a spotlight. That's a fun photo to take.
Yeah.
And it is
so
challenging. It is extremely challenging.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the 6-inch action figure. Very challenging. So
yeah.
But anyway. Well, speaking of cool photos, let's pull up some photos from Jamie here and let's look at his feed. Yes. Oh yeah, buddy. Okay, take over, buddy.
Man, oh man. So I read, it's an awesome photo. I love it. So was this part of a collab or something you did? Because I like how it's just all in red. It's so good.
So I don't think it was, but that planet Dothmere has got a whole lot of those reds in it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to find a way to pull that feel of the planet that they're on, as Maul is going back to his brothers and kind of asking for some sort of forgiveness or trying to get them to go with him. And you can see that they are just not very happy.
No, they're not. No, it's awesome. I love Darth Maul. So like this reminds me of the Clone Wars. Like you said, there's a point, where he tries to get forgiveness from his family, and this kind of reminds me of that. It doesn't look good. There's 5 other guys there. So he better figure out what he's gonna do, because Darth Maul is gonna be some trouble, and he's my favorite character in Star Wars. So no, it's an awesome shot, a lot of fun.
Yeah. H, what do you think, buddy?
Like Kay said, man, it reminds me of that scene from Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I love the reds and the brothers kind of looming over him. Like, will they forgive him or won't they? Great work.
It's gonna end up with spider legs,
right?
So
when you have a shot with a group, so the group photos like that are my weakness. I am not very good at them, and the reason is because each character has to have a certain. They have to belong there. They have to look like they're doing something, and you don't want them all looking the exact same way or the same pose. So posing for me when you do a group shot like that is always a challenge.
Right. But my question on the technical side is, what do you shoot with?
I have my handy dandy Canon here.
All right.
It's the Rebel T7. It's a DSR. I am eventually wanting to upgrade to the mirrorless, but right now this does fine to me.
Yeah.
I've always got this thing around me. It's always with me. Not to say there are a couple shots that I have that are from my phone. I use an Android. But to me, I find a little more control using the camera.
Yeah. It's a T7, you said, right? Is it? Didn't you just pick one of those up recently? Okay.
Yep, I have one. I still haven't learned how to use it yet, but I do have one.
Yep. So DSLR shooters. I'm a mirrorless guy. Nico shoots with a 7200 Nikon, and I think 8 shoots with a D750 Nikon. So we are very familiar with the DSLRs. Awesome, man. It's awesome.
I'll tell you, man, the best way to start is start in manual and force yourself to learn. Don't go auto, to just figure it out.
Well,
there are so many tutorials and things online that you can find. You and I have the same camera. If you have questions, I have been up and down this thing over the last few years, so reach out.
Have to hit you up.
Yeah, please do.
I use my cell phone. I'm happy with my cell phone, but I should probably learn how to improve my photos.
Is what it is, brother. You'll get there. You'll get there. What we got next, Nico? I remember this one. So this was from the last collab. This is
towards the camera.
Jumping towards the camera. Yeah, tell us about it, James.
So that is towards the camera. So it was supposed to kind of make the action feel like you are part of it. It wanted to draw. The purpose of the shot was to draw you in. as if you are part of the action, right? So that it looks like it's coming at you. This is that one that we were talking about.
Yeah.
I had to reshoot this one because everybody was laughing at me when I first shot it. The foot was the left foot was turned backwards.
Uh-huh.
And I
I
really
remember that.
loved the first shot that I did. The color, the shot, the clarity, everything was awesome about it. I posted it up on the group, and I was like, I love this. Oh no!
The foot's wrong. Dude, I felt bad because like I was like, you had posted the Spider-Man shot, and I didn't even realize you had posted the Spider-Man shot because it was just a little further up the feed. And so I go and put mine in there, and we had the same idea basically. I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I had a Spider-Man. I was like, and he goes, show off. And I was like, what? What do you, I didn't even know. I was like, oh, I see.
You look
I
at
see.
both of your feet facing the right way.
Yeah, you know, hey, that was just pure luck, buddy. But anyway, that's cool. That is cool, man. Great shot, man. What we got next, Nico? Oh yeah, Nico, talk to us about what you think here, buddy.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's Indiana. It's not Superman. It's not Transformer. It's Indiana's theme, please.
Okay, you say so.
I love the way you make the picture looks like oldie, like rainy and dirty. It's kind of the things that I like to do with pictures that are like for old between quotes characters. The lighting is amazing. I don't know what is the thing that Indiana is on the front. It's, I don't know if it's the bike or whatever, but looks amazing.
Yeah,
Thanks.
talk to us, Jamie. Tell us, man.
This turned out to be one of my favorite photos. It's on my feed also. And what's funny is, so that is my wife's house plant that he is in. And it's like a basket that goes around. And it
Okay.
sits right next to my chair.
Okay,
And
all right.
my wife jokingly had put him in there so that, and just wondering if I would notice that he was there. And I looked over and he was almost in that position. I tweaked him around a little bit, and I took that picture with my phone. And then after I looked at it, I thought, well, that's kind of a cool pose. And the sepia tones and everything came all in post. It just like same thing. It just kind of right away I thought that just looks like Indiana. That looks like something he would do, where he would be. It's just very fitting. So
You know,
Yeah,
I have
that was a
a picture
fun
that
one.
it's I have a picture that's really similar because I get like a tiny plant of my wife, and I put the Indiana in the middle, and I say more or less the same picture but in color. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's a great shot, man. Absolutely fantastic. H, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, man. I love the vintage photo vibe with the sepia. Great idea with the plant. Now I wish I had
Love it.
house plants.
No, that's just like using the stuff that's around you. Everybody, you can go spend as much money as you want on a diorama, or you can just find something like this and do it. So let's use what you got, man. Love it, dude.
Somewhere on my feed, there's a photo of Kit Fisto in this exact same plant. It's just turned to a different side, and it looks like he's walking out of a swamp.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool. All right, man. Oh yes, I love this shot. I love the lighting off the breastplate. Looks really good. Tell us about this one, Jamie.
This was just after the announcement that he was going to be playing that, and I just wanted to try to find something that looked like royalty. So I had this chair from I had Temu or AliExpress or something like that. I had ordered this chair and I hadn't taken any shots with it. The background is just it's a photo book that I got off of a toy photography photo book that I got off of Amazon, and it looks like an old library that I tucked behind. And the lighting on the chest, that took some play. Again, I tried because I wanted to get the Rembrandt on the face, but I wanted to really kind of have that pop across the chest so that you could see the white. And where I really worked on it was trying to get the lighting on the mask that's by his hand. I wanted that to be kind of eerie. I wanted you to be able to see that, but I didn't want you to be able to see it clearly. So
Yeah.
that took some work on this one.
That's cool. That is cool. Yeah, I always I like unique setups like this, and I was wondering where that chair came from. That was the first thing. I was like, we're all toy nerds. As soon as I see something in a diode, I'm like, ooh, I'll need that.
It's the right size. Where is it? Where did it come from? Yeah. I think
exactly.
it was either Timu or Ali. I just, on both of those, every once in a while, I just type in 1/12 scale and look to see what comes up. And that was one of them.
You got lucky on this one because sometimes I type 1/12 scale in and it comes in and it's like, I don't know what that's 1/12 for, but man, you'll get stuff and it's like either it's so tiny sometimes. I'm like, what is this? But anyway, that's cool. Great shot, man. Great shot.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay, what do you think, buddy?
I love that this is in a natural setting. And when you think of Shrek, you think of obviously the bright, vibrant colors, but you did it in such a way here that kind of looks like he belongs in this world, like they're in the swamp or they're on an adventure. And obviously having Donkey there, it's always a good time. So like you got him smiling, and I love it. And like I said, the natural lighting from behind them. Give that nice little rim light on Shrek on the right side there. So it's a great shot. Love it.
Taking a picture of Donkey. Jamie, tell us about this one.
This is, I have a little wooded area just out the back of my house. And it's one of my favorite places to go to take outdoor shots. These two figures were my son, who's now 23. It was his when he was little. And they were tucked in a toy box somewhere, and I found them, and I went, "Oh, those are good ones."
Yeah, they are. Those are real good
and
ones.
I went out to take some pictures of some of the Star Wars guys that I had, and when I went out there, I took these two with me, and when I saw the tree just above my head, I thought it just fit. So the lighting was the golden hour, so the lighting it just hit all at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful shot. Gorgeous work, Jamie, man. Yeah, gorgeous work, man. Yeah, you guys make sure that you get right out there and follow Jamie. Great guy, great part of the community, and follow that link right there.
Absolutely.
A mix of clicks. Go see his stuff, join his collab, be involved. It's good stuff. So, Jamie, you're going to stick around with us. We're going to critique some photos. You're going to hang out with us, right? All right, cool.
Absolutely, man. I'd love to hang. I got plenty of time. I ain't got to be nowhere.
Let's do it. Hey, sounds good, man. I'm in my favorite place right now. So, all right. Don't forget, guys, you want to be one of the Gfpf stars. Hashtag Gfpf star on your Instagram page, and we are on our photos and send them our way. Anyway, I'll get that out right eventually. Next thing too, if we're going to go into some critiques here. Y'all know the story here. Hashtag Gfpf critique. If you want your photo critiqued on the show here, hashtag it with us. We'll find it and we'll critique it. Anyway, cool. So who's this from, Nico?
Galactic Misfit.
Ah, yes. I mean, so first off, wow. Great shot.
There's a lot of stormtroopers. You can't deny that.
There's a lot of stormtroopers here, and we do love our stormtroopers. There's no doubt about that.
Sure do.
Even when they don't get toe articulations.
Right. Yeah, even pre-toe articulated. So, but I think probably, my favorite thing is the setup, the dio. When all this stuff, it's well thought out, and they're having a little pizza and maybe a little Chinese food. Then they just went all out. They stopped by PF, what is that little
it's both. They had pizza and Chinese food.
Yeah, I mean, they got pretty much all my college basics covered right there in one shot. So, what do you think of the shot, Jamie?
I love where the focus is. That's the first thing that I noticed was they've got a really low f-stop, so that focus is really pinpoint right on the mug and the pizza. Yep. Right. So, and then the way it blurs out from there, it draws your attention right to that spot. So you know exactly what's going on. It's brilliant. That's a really good shot.
Right on. Right on. Kay, give us your thoughts here on what you're seeing.
Yeah, I like he mentioned the depth of that. It makes the room feel a lot like really open and stuff. And I also like that the blue light is coming in from the window, gives you a little bit of variation in color because there's a lot of the like whites and yellows and stuff that are in here. So that blue pop from the window kind of helps break that up. So it's a great shot. And to your point, Jamie, like you said, the focus brings you right onto the food. It's kind of making me hungry, to be honest with you. I want some pizza and Chinese food now. Maybe a cup of coffee to go with it.
Right. So, critique-wise, what I would give you on this critique is the blue light that's coming in through the window. Excellent touch. Maybe if that rimmed a little bit on the figure below, I could see a little tiny bit of it on the refrigerator. It looks like kind of coming through there, but maybe if there was just a little bit more of a blue cast on like that part of the room where that light was coming in, that would look really cool, and it would also, even add more depth and a more, even more realism to the photo. The other thing that I could say, I get what you're trying to do. This was artistic flavor. This is what you were doing with your focal point. It also would have been cool to get all 3 of the stormtroopers in focus with everything else blurred out. That would have been cool also. But as far as the shot goes, those are, like I said, artistic flavor and nitpicking. So, H, you have any thoughts on it?
Yeah, you just nailed what I was going to say with this 3rd stormtrooper. I would have had them all 3 in focus, and the background. It's been a long day, man.
It's okay. He speaks fluent Wookiee though, so it's all good. Right? Exactly. So, yeah. Nico, do you have any thoughts on the shot?
No, everything that I thought has been said.
Okay.
The lights from the window, the blur, everything.
Okay. Cool. Right on.
Oh.
All right. Well, we're gonna start off with UK. Give it to us,
Juan. That's a great shot, buddy. Yeah, I think it's an excellent shot. Juan, you're one of our favorites that we have. We don't have favorites, sorry, but you're great.
Yeah, we do. Quit lying. We have favorites.
If I were to make a small critique on this, I would say that like maybe we have another light behind Thor, maybe to cast a little rim on the back of his head just to separate him a little bit, because the background's pretty vibrant and it's lacking a little bit of that on him. I understand like the sunlight is actually coming from the left or in front of him, so the way you have that casted on the side of his body is like pretty good. I would just say maybe another light like somewhat behind him so we can just get a little bit of rim. Other than that, I really like this shot. It's really good. I also like the foreground and how you have something in front of the figure. I won't take everything else from the photo, but those are the things I like a lot.
Well, I was going to say a hair light, right? So in real photography, like in when you're taking pictures of people and you're doing portraits, we use what's called a hair light. The hair light is a light that's off to the side behind the subject, and you shine it literally at the back of their head, like the top and the back of their head, and what it does is it just puts a little rim of light around the top of the head that separates it from the background. When you separate it, when you're using, I don't know if this is a digital background, if this is a picture or a painting, whatever it was, it's a great looking background. I think you've got the depth of field and it's done well, all of that. I think if you separate the figure with a little bit of backlighting off of that, it blends better. Yep. So that would be my advice. Jamie, you got anything?
The angle is spectacular. To be able to make a 6-inch figure look that big, that's all about having that low angle shooting up is fantastic. But you guys keep hitting the same thing that I was going to say too. I would hit that with a little bit of that backlight. If you aimed it towards his chest where the cape is, or right to the back of the head, you're going to get just a little bit of rim lighting kind of separating to give it even more depth. Yep, that's what I would want to.
Yeah. Nico, any thoughts on it? Are you in the same page again?
No, get like 2 things. Maybe change a little bit the color temperature from for the light that it's lighting Thor, because I feel the background is warmer, and even when the suit is not that warm, maybe making the light warmer for the subject going to make more kind of mixing well the stuff. And second one, I would love to have more background, because it's such a beautiful background, but it's so tiny that what you can see from the background with the figure instead of it I would love to see like a wider angle of that same like composition, but with more background.
Yep, I can
But
see that.
that's kind of a artistic decision, so it's not a critique, a technical critique. It's something that I would like to see.
Yeah, because it's a
That's
crispy photo. That thing's in
Yeah.
focus. It's nice and crispy. So
It probably would look pretty cool if you could put in like a rule of thirds and then have his cape flowing. But again, that would be an artistic decision, not really a critique. It's just another idea. But like now that Nico mentioned it, it would be kind of cool to see more of that background. It's actually shot the way you framed it and the way it is anyway. But just to see another version of it would be really cool.
Maybe took it like instead of being so square, maybe more like landscape-ish picture with the same proportion, but with a little bit more background on the sides. It's going to be more like the whole picture.
Well, and too, what we're talking about too, like rule of thirds. So not everybody understands the rules of thirds. So if you've ever taken a picture with a grid on your camera, you'll notice there's a grid that looks like a tic-tac-toe board almost. Yep. And like in a lot of portrait photography, what you can do is you take whatever direction the subject's facing, and you would move him to the right to where that first crosshair would match, like almost on his forehead or on his eye, and that would put his head in the rule of thirds. And so it moves the figure over to the right a little bit and gives him more breathing space to the direction he's facing. But that's getting technical with photos there. So but that's something maybe one of the collabs that we can do is we can maybe do some.
There's something that I will say, like between quotes, on defense of the rule of thirds on Instagram. When you want to use the most of the space that Instagram gives you for posting, you need to use with a different proportion that the camera takes. So you need to crop a little bit. If you're shooting like portrait, you need to crop like a huge part of the upper or down or both. And if you're shooting landscape, you need to crop from the sides. So when you use the rule of thirds on those cropped images, it used to be more like compressed stuff because you don't have so many room to make that kind of rule of thirds.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
something that you need to be like with. Okay, I need to use the rule of third, but using this like cropped format is not so easy to have so much background and so much subject with those like cropped image.
Yep, I agree.
It's like thinking about the edit when you're taking the shot instead of shooting for the shot. So you got to know that when you're editing, that you're going to push that into the rule of thirds instead of taking it in the rule of thirds, so that you can squeeze it into that little spot. I get it.
Yep. That is exactly right. Yeah. Cool. What we got next, man?
This is from Toy Collector.
Yeah. This is super. Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, I've never been so glad Halloween's over in my life. Between Art the Clown and it and everything else, I haven't been able to sleep for like 2 months, man. So these things creep me out, man. Just imagine that thing.
I am the clown person.
Yeah. And never mind that full size one, even a little one, man. If I look down, that thing's crawling up my foot in the middle of the night, I'd lose my mind. But anyway, I digress. So as I often do, fantastic shot. Absolutely love the blend of the colors here in the lighting. I'm a sucker for a little bit of blue and a little bit of warm. Like that's going to catch my eye every single time. And I like how it splits the figure's face at an angle, but still straight up and down. So because of the tilt of the figure's head, where it crosses the lighting crosses the figure right in the right spot, even with the tilt of the head. I think that's really cool. 50-50 on the face. So great job. What would I change? I wouldn't use clowns in my photography, but yeah, that's an artistic choice. So great shot. I don't have anything over than that. What do you think, Jamie?
It's got where you were talking about the blue there on the side of the face. I think I would have made that just a little more blue to make that pop a little more. Because when I first looked at the photo, I didn't notice that until you said it. So I might pull that out just a little bit more towards the blue. Other than that, I mean, the focus is great, kind of through the balloon, through the line, through the cord there, and onto. And you can tell that they really focused on the eyes. So the fact that the rest of it kind of blurred out I mean, that really, it's creepy as it is, it really pulls you right into the eyes. I think that's a great choice.
Absolutely. Kay, you got thoughts?
Yeah, it's an excellent shot. I think the one thing I would mention is like, Jamie, you just mentioned the blue light on the left side of the picture there. The far left on the edge underneath the balloon is blue. I would say to get rid of that completely because it looks like the blue light that's shining on Pennywise is on the other side of that wall or whatever it is that he's like behind, he's punching through. So I would almost like get rid of that blue below the balloon there and make that more red because like that balloon is really, really bright. So like I think everything in that area underneath that balloon should be really bright. And then that would actually make your point even more. It give more attention to that blue on Pennywise because it's not being disturbed by the other blue that's on the screen. It would draw your attention directly to that even more so, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And his hand's a little too blurry.
Yeah. See, I don't mind that part of it at all. That doesn't bug me. It's just a clown. That's the only thing about this show that bugs me is a clown. But I'm just teasing. So everybody knows I'm just teasing. But H, what do you think, man?
Like Kay said, for me the hand's a little too blurry because I'm looking at it as the perspective of like he's coming toward me. If the hand's actually coming toward me, it would be in focus, you know what I mean? But other than that, I like the balloon in the foreground kind of coming towards you out of frame there.
Yeah. Cool
shot.
Yeah, it's a cool shot, man. Cool shot. And I'm teasing you about the clowns. Sort of.
I'm not.
Yeah, they scare the shit out of me, man.
My wife thinks it too.
So right, that and I will. Yeah, no. Well, I'm just gonna keep it with clowns. I'm not gonna tell everybody else what I'm scared of because I know what my DMs will be flooded with if I tell anybody else. So. I will tell you though, he used to go one two I was terrified of that when I was a kid. But anyway, so, what we got next, Nika? Yes. What we got, Nico?
This one from Schoolboard from our guy Rodrigo.
I thought this was Rod, but I have to. So my eyes are terrible, and I can't make that out. But I thought this was Rod. He did a couple like this the other day, I think. And he had the right music choices with them and everything. It was so perfect. Rod, you always do a great job, man. And these figures are fantastic. I don't know where you got them at, but they're amazing. I love the. They're really cool, man. They're really cool. I love the banners across the top. I know that that's probably a digital background if I'm guessing right, but look how good the blend job is. Like how that, and maybe it's not a digital background, but I'd love to know. But I just love the blend, how well he did of setting these in that location that they're at. I'm having a hard time telling you what I would change on this. So somebody critique this. Okay, you got something?
Nope. Man, it's done so well. I like that it's simple, and I say simple with quotations around it. But to your point, Gannon, I like how the figures really just blend in with that background, and it looks like they're there. I don't. Man. Yeah, I don't really have. I would make a critique about the lighting, but the yellow that's on the figures matches what's in the background with the yellow lamps. It's like you can't even point that out either. It's
you can see how his hat, the reflection in his hat from whatever. It's almost a perfect color match.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. It'd be hard to even point out anything. I like that it's simple. It's done with what looks like Lego figures. Yeah, it's an excellent shot. I don't really have a whole lot. Maybe the reflection underneath the figure on the right on the ground doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But
I'm not sure what that is. Yeah,
that would be the only. If I had to pick out one small thing on here, that would probably be it. The reflection on the ground. But that's it.
Jamie, what do you think, man?
These colors are beautiful.
Right.
The one thing I guess if I had a critique, I might come down from the top a little bit. There's almost too much headroom above. I might come down either to the top of those flags or even even cut out that top line of flags. I'm trying to look at it without it, and it's going to
Yeah.
look just as nice without it. Or just if you could bring that, I'm saying bring those down even a little bit if you could. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I think
almost
it's,
too
I think it's
much room
intentional.
at the top. But I mean,
Yeah.
that's if you're forcing me to give a critique, because this is just a beautiful photo. The colors are great.
Again, we're talking about rule of thirds. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a little more headroom than it should have. I mean, but yeah, but it would fit in very good with a certain collab that's running right now with a certain group that's maybe putting a collab picture out tomorrow about color.
The colors,
So,
yeah.
yeah, the colors, yeah, it's beautiful. So well done, Rod. Oh yeah, I love this fig.
Which one is that?
This is the
This is the Vapor Suits?
it's the iron. It's the Blackhorn. Got it sitting over there. I was like, I just had to look on my shelf and see what it was. It's the Blackhorn, and I absolutely love the. So this is a good example of a nice triangle in the rule of thirds, where his head is versus where the helmet is versus where the ottoman is sitting. It's a nice V-shaped triangle of a focus there. I don't know, man. It's well lit. Maybe if the spotlight was spotlighted a little bigger, so you got the shadow of his head on the wall as well, would be cool. But I'm a fan. Maybe just a little bit more light up front on the subject, so I could see the pants. Those, awesome soft goods that he's wearing. Those boots are awesome too. So I don't know. What do you think, Kay?
Yeah, it's an excellent shot. I like how the lighting kind of represents him looking at TV. I definitely wholeheartedly agree with your point with, like, if it was a little bit brighter, you can see his shadow cast on the wall, which would help the separation. We talked about, like, the hair light on the Thor that we saw earlier. I think this is another one of those cases that could benefit from some sort of separation. Other than that, it's an excellent shot. I might go buy this couch because I've seen it on Amazon a few times, and I've always been interested in it. But yeah, I like it. I think it's a really cool shot. I love the color red on that helmet there. It gives you a little bit more vibrance in the picture. That's otherwise dark. So it's great, well put together shot.
Yeah, and that is a different set of soft goods than what actually comes with that figure. So this is the stock version of that figure.
Reminds me of the Gorillas.
That's exactly why I had to have him. That was exactly why I had to have him. So, yeah, exactly. What do you think, Jamie?
I might move that couch over just a hair, or move the picture over just a hair, because where he cropped just the corner of that couch out.
Yep.
I know that's minor, but that keeps catching my eye.
And the other thing it makes the figure look shifted to me. It makes the whole picture look a little bit shifted to me.
Thumb just a hair to where it separated the thumb from his bicep.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Good point.
See what I'm saying? Like, if that turned just a hair, then you would definitely know it was instead of it kind of gets lost in the bicep there. But again, those are two very minor things. I love that the color of the background and that lighting, like with the orange with the purple background, is that the orange and red there. That is a really good choice.
Yeah, it's cool looking for sure. Yeah, that's a cool figure. Obviously someone that knows what they're doing with photography, the way it's set up. But yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. Great custom work on that figure too. So unless that's a version I didn't know existed, but anyway. Yes. Who is this? Apatoy?
Yep.
Oh man, dude. You talk about cinematic. This thing looks like it's out of the movie. Look at the color on the alien, and then the downward light, like you would kind of see in a spaceship shining right on Predator's face. Love that so much. Give me some thoughts on this, H.
Yeah, you nailed it. That downward light, man. So I've been really doing that a lot in my photos. Huge game changer. Really add to the cinematic quality, like you said. and even the reflection sort of on the xenomorph's forehead,
Mm-hmm.
and that
Yeah.
that light. I don't know if is that a practical light effect on the thing he's holding, or is that digital? You think?
It looks practical.
It looks practical. I'll tell you that much
That's
right
what I was
now.
thinking.
And
It looks better.
which Predator figure is this? Because I have some of the what are they what's the brand?
NECA?
NECA. There you
Okay.
go. What's NECA? No, I'm just kidding. But
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna see my stormtroopers too. But the light on the front of this thing. I mean, like I have this figure, or I mean, I've got some purchase, but I don't have anyone that has that thing. Unless it's one of those deals that you find out that it lights up later after you've had it for 6 months. I've done that before too. Like, oh, this has a battery in it. Oh,
Didn't
shit,
that
that's
go
what
to
that's
the
for.
Predator?
Is that what it is? Does
It
it
might
say in
be
the
the
description,
method.
Nika?
No, we don't.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
so many different Predator figures, man. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
NECA has like 50 different ones.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Jamie, what do you think, buddy?
Dutch angle. That background, that Dutch angle is such a good choice for this because it just shows the action. That's what makes it pop. That's what gives it that cinematic feel. That Dutch angle is a great choice. I got no critiques on it.
Chaos.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Chaos. It looks like there's chaos ensuing. That's what that does for me. It's that uneasy feeling of the angle.
Yep.
So very, very cool shot. Great job, Albertoy. Does anybody have anything that they'd like to critique on this in terms of?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick something, it's a great shot overall. I would just say the top of Predator's head is kind of blurring into the background a little bit. Just the very very top of his head is kind of blurring into the background.
Yep.
But like that's being nitpicky. Nico, we got big shots that we can actually critique, man, because these people are killing it.
I can make an actual critique about this.
I know you can. Go ahead.
And sorry, Abertoy, you're
Nico
my
can
buddy.
critique his grandma's apple pie, though. So I'm just trying to say.
Sure. Yeah.
So let her rip, Nico.
Thinking on the topic of the picture, it will be an actions like a scene from the movie, right? So I would love to see more on focus about the both characters that are on the scene, and like the background is okay. But if you're like on an action scene, that it will not be blurred by the depth of field, it will be blurred by the motion blur. So maybe make more focus at the both character and then add some kind of motion blur to make more like dynamic the scene, but no blurred by the depth of field. Because I lost a lot of the xenomorph body in that depth of field about the sharpness.
Gotcha.
Right.
I gotcha. Yeah. Okay. I got you. It makes sense.
That's the main critique that I can make about this, because the idea of the picture is great, but if you're thinking from the movie side, it's like they are not blurred because they are like static and you have a shallow depth of field. They are like blurred because they are moving really fast. So you get in focus at both character, but maybe the edges are blurred, but because of the motion. That's my critique.
Yeah. Motion blur versus depth of field. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Albertoy, fantastic shot as always. And thank you so much for always like throwing a photo in here for critiquing, man. It's awesome. Appreciate you. All right. Who do we have here? Is this
Wakto Peaks.
all right. Yeah, I mean, so great shot. I mean, it's tack sharp up front. Anytime that you're and with the force perspective, I see what you're doing, trying to force perspective there. And this, that, and the like, I get it. I would say the one thing that the lighting, the explosion or the fire that's behind him is very, very, very bright, right? So it looks like instead of top-down lighting, like this has like a lot of light that looks like it's coming from the very top, I maybe would have set my light up behind the figure more and shot with a warmer light, like a very orange light that would match the light with the fire back there and come off the back of the figure. Because again, what that's going to do is it's going to separate the figure from the background. So it doesn't look like a static piece of something laying on top of another static piece of something. It makes them look like two different things that are in the same frame, if that makes sense. Hope I made sense there. But yeah, just some lighting from behind. That's what this is missing. So,
My
but
my
first shot,
thought on this is kind of the perspective or the distance between the subshot and the background, because for what I see, what I can see, it's like the character looks more bigger than they actually could be if you had that relation of space between the character and the background. To be that big and the people on the background so small, there it's supposed to be more far from the scene, like more
right, crop it,
way far
crop it at
from
the
the
waist,
fire.
crop it
Yeah,
at the waist, like pull the figure up and take a waist up shot.
and if you had that separation between the character and the fire and the background, the fire and the background should be more in blur because of the distance between the character and the background. And if you can see, you get like more or less blurred persons and background, but the fire and the smoke is more in focus when the fire and the smoke is far behind the people. So it's kind of messy, the layers of in sharp, not sharp, in sharp, not sharp.
Yeah. But
I mean, I'm being super like picking that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, it's a great shot. Appreciate all you guys for putting yourselves out there with these, because these are, hey man, it's never. We do it to each other all the time, like every single day. Like, so one of us will take a picture and we throw it in a chat, and we'll be like, "What do you guys think of this thing?" And we do the same things. You need to change the light here, change the light here, make this do this, and it's all about figuring out how to make the best shots we can. So
It's how we get better.
That's right. It's how we get better. So nothing but love. Keep sending your picks in, and we'll keep telling you what we think, man. That's the Gfpf critique. So anyway, we went a little over tonight, but appreciate everybody that was hanging out. Jamie, absolute pleasure having you on the show. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on right now.
I wish I could say more, man. I'm going into winter, so for me, you're gonna start seeing more from me. So summers are very difficult for me to get shots in. If you guys have been watching me, I've been getting like 1 or 2 a month, maybe, just trying to get the ones in for Artistry of Toys. So I'm going to start reaching back out to some of the other collabs that I've been in and start building back up through the winter months. That's always easier for me because I don't have as much going on. So so I'm getting ready. This is a great starting point, kickoff point, being here with you guys. So
it's our pleasure.
I got stories to tell. I got things set up. Winter is also when I start making dios. So I've got a few ideas in my head. I got all the materials. So I got a couple things that I've just got kind of brewing in my head now. Whether I can take them from my head and make them a reality, well, time will tell.
Time will tell, my friend. Listen, glad that you're on tonight. I'm sure we'll have you back. So appreciate it very much.
It's great being with you guys. Anytime. You just let me know.
Yeah. Cool. Kay, what you got going, buddy?
Yeah, like I said, we're probably gonna be working on some more news coming up. There's a lot of stuff starting to come out, so we'll be digging through the interwebs and getting some news. Just to talk real quick about the Gfpf critique. Just remember, everybody, that we are not self-professed experts. We're not telling you exactly what's wrong with your shot, just things that we might do differently. So I just want to throw that out there because some people might get it confused that we're just kind of hitting on your photos. A lot of the photos we talk about are really, really good. It kind of gets nitpicky for us to pick something out that we would change, but it's just what we would as an individual would change. Not like Gannon and Jamie especially have like technical, and Nico have technical experience when it comes to photography, but for guys like me, it's just my opinion. It's all of our opinions. So I just want to throw that out there, make sure that everybody's on the same page. We're not here to bash your photo. It's just something we would see that we would do differently if we took our shot. So I just want to throw that out there to everybody.
Here. Getting better.
Every single one of those shots you showed tonight were brilliant. They were beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was
great shots.
having to look for something just because it said try to find something to critique. So I'm like, all right, I'll find something.
Man. That's just it. It's like I said, I was teasing Nico about critiquing his grandma's apple pie, but or his mom's, sometimes that's what it's like. So, H, what you got going on? Your mic is muted, just so you know. There you go.
When Jamie's talking about dioramas, reminded me I have a diorama remodel I got to finish on a cheap dollhouse pickup. So that may be coming in the H files soon. Who knows?
Ooh,
right on.
Love the H files.
Once I get it finished.
There you go. What else you got going, dude? Anything special? Sorry, you didn't hear me. Said you got anything else going on, man? You got H Files
Oh,
tomorrow, and no.
Yeah, we got H Files, GFPF Live. Friday, we got the 100.
Yeah,
So check that out.
we got all kinds of shizat coming up here, man. Nico, tell us about what you got, brother.
Yeah, this week I've been investing on making my own dioramas. So who knows? Maybe I'm going to toast some videos to H for the new H files. I get like a huge, and when I say huge, is huge piece of foam, like it's like 6 feet by 4.
Yeah.
And I need to cut it down and put it in pieces that I can put on my office here. So that's the first thing that I'm going to make this next days. And also for A.K.A. and H.A. this week we had the Gfpf 100.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have giveaways.
Giveaways. Not just a giveaway. One of those is going to be a Maximum Series Deadpool. So, any Deadpool fans out there, we're giving one of those away on Friday. Got to be there. Got to come watch. Got to pay attention. So,
and also we have the Gfpf Christmas special. Don't forget about that.
That's right. Streaming for charity. Yeah, the 24-hour stream on December 5th. That's Friday through Saturday. That'll be fun. Lots of special guests lining up for that. Lots of people from around the community. Maybe a few big names here and there.
You never know who'll show up.
You never know. You never know.
What about you, Big G? What you go this week?
I think we just talked about a lot of it, just planning all that stuff, getting all that stuff lined up and going, and trying to snap some photos here and there. And I've always got the little backdrop back there going. I was in here in the photo lab tonight, so we'll see what I can produce. But yeah, just hanging out with you guys and being a part of the community, man. That's my plans for this week. So
don't forget, go follow Jamie, please.
Go follow Jamie.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you all very much for joining us on the show, and we will see you same time next week or tomorrow. Peace out.
Bye-bye.